It's Wednesday, and that means one thing. It's time for your NXT review. The development show. The show with the young guns. Well, I certainly don't feel young at the moment. In fact, I feel old. I feel like I'm about to die. And I'm going to blame it on watching Raw. Those two Raws in a row, back to back, have damn near killed me. And I think I've seen enough wrestling for the entire year. I think I could happily put my head on the pillow, go to sleep, not wake up, and I wouldn't miss a single second of fucking wrestling for the rest of the year. But unfortunately, can he do that? Because the ball keeps rolling, and we're in to the 1st of November NXT, the first NXT of November, which is also my birth month. So, if you want to dig your hands deep into your pockets and send me a wee gift, I wouldn't say no. But speaking of something that I also wouldn't say no to, that is Mandy Rose. Now, this whole show was kind of focused on Mandy Rose, and why wouldn't it be? She's had the title for over a year. She's hot as fuck. She's a complete babe. In her own words, she is eye candy. But my problem is, why is she still on NXT? Why is she in development? She's fucking 31. In terms of a woman's prime, she's probably past her prime. She's past her peak. Like, what are they waiting on? Why don't they call her up to Raw or SmackDown before she gets too old? Are they waiting on her hair turning grey? Are they waiting on her tits sagging down to her toes? I don't know. What are they doing? Why is she not on Raw? Why is she not on SmackDown? Why is she not the champ on the main roster? Instead, they've got her being the top fucking female on the development brand, and to me, it makes no sense. I'm all for Mandy Rose. I'm not going to complain about seeing Mandy Rose, but I think we need to see her on either the blue brand of Raw or the... did I say blue brand? Fuck it, you know what I meant. Anyway, let's move on to the show. So we kick off with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's in the ring. Braun Breaker is cutting a promo, but before he can really say anything, he gets interrupted by Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly say they've had enough of this nonsense. They start imitating Braun Breaker. They go like, "I'm Braun Breaker, woof woof. That was a scrap of a match, woof woof. Where's my dogs at? Woof woof." So they're ripping the piss out of Braun Breaker, and the fact that his dad Rick used to go woof woof woof, bark like a dog or whatever. Then Breaker imitates these two, and in an English accent, it's like, "What do you two wankers want?" He calls them fucking wankers. Then we get a wankers chat from the crowd. Thought it was pretty good. Pretty Deadly then said their title defense was better, and their title defense was bigger than Braun Breaker. Therefore, they should be the attention, and they should have started the show. Then we get Wes Lee coming out. He says he can't listen to this anymore, and he asks Pretty Deadly to shut up. Braun Breaker then tells Pretty Deadly to stop bitching and says if they weren't out the back combing their hair for 3 hours, they might have made it out onto the show first. So I thought it was pretty good. Then Wes Lee starts, fucking fantasizing about their hair for some reason. He's like, "Oh well, Braun, they do have great hair. You've got to give it to them. The hair looks brilliant." Braun then starts sniffing the hair. He's like, "Yeah, the hair's not bad actually. I'm a good guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand back and let yous have your moment. Let yous, technically open the show." So Pretty Deadly opened the show. Then Wes Lee and Braun Breaker interrupt them. Wait. Since you're opening the show, doesn't that mean you're going to be interrupted by someone? They're looking up at the ramp, and Pretty Deadly's like, "Who's going to interrupt us? Who's going to come out and challenge us?" And Wes Lee's like, "Oh, that's us." And they challenge them to a title match tonight. Tag team titles on the line. Pretty Deadly accept the challenge. They say that opening the show sucks, and that they're gonna fuck. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna make Braun Breaker and Wes Lee pay for embarrassing them. Then R-Truth comes out. "What's up? People over here, what's up?" He's singing his song, rapping his song, and Booker T gets joined in. So every time R-Truth goes, "What's up?" and then it's the crowd's turn, you got Booker T on commentary. He's like, "What's up? He turns around to Fick and he's like, "Come on, my man, Fick, give me something, dog." I mean, like, what the fuck? I think Booker T's great. I love Booker T on commentary, so it was all fun and games. R-Truth was there, Booker T was, "What's up? What's up? Come on, Fick." But unfortunately, the games didn't last long. The fun didn't last long because Grayson Waller took on R-Truth. And even though Waller did a "you can't see me," move in this match. He's on the 5-knuckle shuffle, borrowed a move from the Invisible Man, John Cena. It was R-Truth that kind of looked invisible at the end because he went to do a move over the top rope. It appears like he's hurt his leg or something because he didn't get bouncing off. He just didn't. He went to leap over the top rope and he just didn't get any movement. He just didn't really leave the mat, and he kind of buckled his leg and just fell over the top rope, almost banged his head on the apron. It looked bad. Medics came out, checked R-Truth. Grayson Waller was in the ring doing headstands, doing dancing and all this stuff, and then R-Truth just couldn't continue, and Grayson Waller got the win. So there you go, I like Grayson Waller. The crowd were chanting, "You got lucky." But then Grayson Waller shut them up and replied to them, "I get lucky every night." So Grayson Waller gets lucky every night. I mean, I don't want to be lucky every night. I would settle for being lucky one night with Mandy Rose. I'm not asking much. So if God can shine some luck down upon me, I mean, that's all I want, God. One lucky night. You don't need to give me lucky nights 365 days a year. Just 1 year. 1 day. Fucking 1 minute. 30 seconds, man. I'm desperate, God. I'll take anything. I'll take whatever you're going to give me. Speaking of desperate, I'm not desperate enough to take this. It's a Schism promo, and these guys absolutely suck. So you've got Ava Raine, The Rock's daughter. She says that she's been around WWE her whole life, and that when she turned up at the Performance Centre, she got injured. She said no one cared, no one picked up the phone, no one called her to see how she was, apart from the Schism. Gacy says that people have been wanting things from Ava that they haven't earned or deserved. And basically talks about people using her. Gacy says they ain't using her. It's not what Ava Raine can offer to the Schism. It's more what the Schism can offer to Ava Raine. They then talk about that get rich guy, Cameron Grimes, rejecting them. Ava Raine says that, no one gets to reject the Schism and get away with it. And then Joe Gacy goes, "You know what? We're 4 branches of the one tree." And it's like, what? Was it branches or roots? I can't remember, but he said something fucking weird anyway. I think it was branches, I don't know. He said, "We're four roots, one tree." And they all say it together at the same time. I just don't like this Schism thing. I mean, they all look like freaks. I get maybe that's what they're going for, but I'm not a big fan of it, so we'll see. Then we have a bunch of bums standing outside HBK's office. Now, we don't get to see HBK, which is sad, because as soon as I seen his locker room, I'm thinking, yes, we're going to get to see the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, but we don't. We just get to see some big fat black guy walk out. I think this is like Odyssey Jones or something, or Big Bobby O, or I don't know what his name is. This big black guy comes out and he tells this wee Mexican dude that he's got a match for him tonight, 1-on-1. Who cares? Then we have Indy Hartwell in the dressing room. Starks comes in, she's throwing things around. Indy's like, "What's your problem?" Starks is like, "You know what my problem is?" And they basically have a bunch of threats here. Indy Hartwell's telling her to get up and get over it. She's lucky she even got a title shot. Stark says, "Round here, you're not lucky to get title shots. You earn them," something that Indy Hartwell hasn't done. Blah, blah, blah. And they make a bunch of threats and a match gets made for tonight. Then we get Chase U backstage. Andrew Chase is trying to hype up Thea Hall for a match tonight, but she doesn't feel up to it. She isn't really interested. She looks over and we see the flag. There's no Bodie. There's no Bodie to carry the flag. Normally Bodie kind of like acts as a mascot. He's running around the ring. He's waving the flag. She doesn't want to do it. There is no Bodie Hayward. But is there? Because then Duke fucking just runs through the wall and he's there. He's like, "I'm here. I'll be the flag bearer." And then he picks up the flag, starts waving it, and then he marches to the ring and he's chanting, "Chase you, Chase you, Chase you." And Andrew Chase is like, "Well, looks like we got a flag carrier." And off they go for the match. So, I mean, I like Chase U. I was a bit disappointed that they got rid of Bodie, but we'll see what happens. I mean, Duke Hudson's a funny guy, and it looks like he might offer potential in this group. But what kind of annoys me is it looked like they were teasing some friction between Bodie and Duke when he first started, and it's just a shame that none of that got to play out, because like it would have been good if we at least got a couple of weeks of it, but we only ever got one segment with Duke and Bodie, and I think that's just a little bit annoying because I think they could have delivered some really good comedy stuff, but we didn't get that, so it is what it is. Then we get the match. It's Kiana James and Thea Hall. Booker is on commentary. He's saying that he thinks Chase U is a scam. He thinks it's a fake university stealing people's money. I mean, have you not caught on, Booker? Seriously? The Vic Joseph is defending it. No, he's like, no, it's a real thing. You should go and try it, Booker. I think Booker's a bit too old for uni, but we'll see. We'll see. James then has the match won, but Duke puts Thea Hall's foot on the bottom rope. This pisses off Andrew Chase. He's yelling at Duke. He's like, we don't cheat around here. We don't do that at Chase U. We win clean. Get your ass to the back. So Chase U sends Duke away. Duke walks off pretty despondent. Then Thea Hall loses the match anyway with the exact same fucking move. So Kiana James gets the win. Look, this Kiana James chick, I actually don't mind her. She has like some sort of... At first I thought it was like a teacher character, but now I'm thinking it's like a businesswoman because she always seems to be closing deals and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, I don't mind it, but I wish they would just, explore it a bit more. Tonight, before a match, they had her hand some woman like a contract, and this woman walked off. But we never really get to see any more than that. It would be good if they actually, showed her buying property or showed her being the boss and actually having employees. It would just be nice if they explored it a bit more and they fleshed it out a bit rather than just saying, "Oh, look, here's Kiana James. She's a teacher, she's a businesswoman, whatever." I think we need to see a bit more, but it's better than... I would rather Kiana James walk about with contracts and selling things rather than her gimmick be, I'm a good wrestler, because that gimmick fucking sucks. No one has ever got over being a good wrestler. No one! I mean, there's some good wrestlers that have got over with bad gimmicks, or gimmicks that weren't great, but no one has purely got over by being a great wrestler. Truly over. I mean, if you had to look at who's probably... Chris Benoit's the closest example you can get to. But even then, he never really got over on being a great wrestler. Benoit got over on being the rabid Wolverine. It was like the aggression that he brought to the ring. It wasn't the fact he was, tying people up in knots. It was the fact that he would put someone in the crossface and legit not let them go until they passed out about to die. So that's what got Benoit over. It wasn't because he was good at German suplexes. And that helped him, don't get me wrong, but him being a good technical wrestler wasn't what made Benoit Benoit. What made Benoit was toothless aggression, the rabid Wolverine. That's what made Benoit. But anyway, point being is, nobody gets fucking over being a good wrestler. So it is what it is. We then... so Booker T's pissed off when Kiana James wins. He's like, it's all about winning, man. You don't put the students in a situation to lose like that. What the hell is going on? So Booker T is pure losing it here. I don't think he's impressed with Andrew Chase or Chase University. I think if Booker T sent his kids to Chase U, he'd be demanding that they get their university fees back. Cancel student debt. That's what Booker T would be saying. Anyway, then we go backstage. We've got the Cowboy Brothers, who are back there with, what's her name, Fallon Henley or whatever, Henry, I don't fucking know. Her name's not important, she's not done enough. Then they say that Pretty Deadly can't hold on to their belts much longer, and then they receive a letter. Apparently this letter's in Spanish, and I believe this letter is from Kiana James, so I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe I picked it up wrong, who knows, but we'll see. Then it ends. Not a lot really to say here. Robert Stone visits Braun's dressing room. He says that he is too baller. He says that Braun is too bothered about winning tag titles instead of defending his own title. Says that there's a guy in NXT that is bigger than Braun, stronger than Braun, and he says that eats Braun up, and Braun knows that if he ever defends his title against his client Ron Fagner, then he will lose his title. Braun Breaker tells him, look, next time you want to pick a fight, instead of being a bitch, get your big guy to come and see me yourself. And he says, if you don't leave in 3 seconds, I'm going to throw your head through this locker. So, not much here. Really, not much here at all. Then that big fat black guy, I don't even know if he's fat. He might be fat, actually. I think he is fat. What's his name? Bobby Orr, Odyssey Jones or something like that. He beats this Mexican dude. Who cares? Big win for the Odyssey Jones dude, but it didn't impress me much. Then we get the Mandy Rose title celebration. Mandy Rose coming into the ring, looking fucking fine, looking as good as anybody could possibly look. I mean, I'm not the only one marking it. Booker T was marking it. Booker T's like, she is one of the best I've ever seen. My God, man. Vic, are you okay? Booker T's asking Vic if he's okay yet. Booker T's the one about to have a fucking heart attack when he sees Mandy Rose walk into the ring. We then get a video package showing her, year title reign, all good in the hood. Then we cut back to the ring. Mandy Rose is like, not bad. 365 days and counting for a piece of eye candy. She acknowledges that when she first joined the company, nobody's seen her for anything other, than a piece of ass, really. And don't get me wrong, I put her overall, I still see her as a piece of ass, but I have gave her a lot of credit on this channel, so I would say she is easily top 5 women in WWE at the moment. So yeah, I'll give Mandy Rose a lot of credit, but she is hot as well, so you can't take that away from her. You know what I mean? She is good. She's a good wrestler, good character, good personality, but she is also got the looks and appearance to back that up, and she looked really, really, really good tonight. And then Alba Fire attacks him. Fucking whoop-de-whoop. Who cares about Alba Fire? I certainly don't. She takes out Gigi Dolan, puts her through a table. She says next week she's going to take out JC Jane. Then in 2 weeks she's going to take Mandy's title. Mandy, I'm taking your title. Fuck, really, man? Really? I don't want Mandy Rose to... Well, actually, saying that, I kind of do want Mandy Rose to move to the main roster, but do I want her to lose the belt to Alba Fire? Hell no! No chance in hell. So hopefully that fire burns off and Mandy Rose can retain her title. Then we get an Apollo Crews promo. He's backstage. He says he wants a title shot. He didn't think Braun wants it. He thought Braun was a fighting champion, and he didn't realise that he'd need to put his running shoes on to catch up and, I don't know, get a shot here, whatever. I mean, I like Apollo Crews, but I don't think this promo was the best. Then Fagner appears, he interrupts, he says, Apollo is a funny guy, but don't bother looking into the future because Fagner is the future of the championship. So, Von Fagner thinks he's going to be the champion soon. Then we get another script segment. Apparently they're coming next week. I mean, nothing really happened. Just basically teased their debut. I mean, when we seen it last week, I thought it was interesting, but I mean, they didn't build on it. It's just they did the same shit really, but without anything interesting. They're like, oh, next week I'm coming. Who cares? Then get Indy Hartwell versus Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks about to put Indy through the announce table. Nikita Lyons talks her out of it. Starks gets Indy back in the ring, and Indy beats her. And Starks blames Nikita Lyons. Starks is pissed. She storms off. Lyons is trying to make it up to her. They come across the champs, and the champs are laughing. The champs will say they'll beat them next week. The champs walk off. Starks goes to go after the champs, and Nikita Lyons holds her back and goes, not now, not now, not now. I mean, if not now, when? I hate this Starks person, Zoe Starks. Just a really, really shit fucking character. She hasn't got a character. She was gone for like a year. She comes back, and I wish she would go away for another year. I don't like Zoe Starks. We then had someone I do like, Cora Jade versus Valentina Feroz. Jade wins. She's about to attack Feroz after the match with the bat. Wendy Chu makes the save. It's weird seeing Wendy Chu running into the ring in like an unzie, but it's our gimmick, so I'll let it go. She gets into the ring, she gets hit with the bat, but then she ends up getting the upper hand. She manages to get the bat off Cora, and then we see Wendy Chu chasing Cora Jade around the ring with a bat, and it just looks fucking weird. This little 4-foot Asian chick in an unzie chasing someone around with a bat, but here, it was alright. I mean, it was alright. I guess maybe going forward, that's what we're getting. It looks like we could be getting a new feud between Cora Jade and Wendy Chu, and then we move into the main event. Tag team titles on the line. Braun Breaker and Wes Lee versus the champs, Pretty Deadly. I mean, it was an okay match. Pretty Deadly end up winning. They end up retaining. When Carmelo Hayes comes out, he causes a distraction. This means Wes Lee gets beat. After the match, Carmelo Hayes on the outside. Wes Lee then just runs and does like a flipping senton over the top rope, takes him out. They battle to the back. Commentators are saying Wes Lee was justified in doing this because he got cost the tag team titles tonight. And then Braun Breaker turns round and he walks into a big boot for Von Wagner. Von Wagner has laid out the champ. He's laid out Braun Breaker. Woof, 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 woof. And that's pretty much it. NXT goes off the air with Braun Breaker laying down and Von Wagner standing over him. And for me, not a great NXT. I mean, it was great to see Mandy Rose. It was great to look at Mandy Rose. I thought the opening segment was pretty decent, but and I did enjoy the Chase U. Oh, by the way, there was also a backstage thing with Tony D and Stax, and Elektra Lopez walked past. Tony D asked her, "You're on your own now?" And she went, "I might be on my own, but I'm more dangerous than ever." Stax is like, "On her own, she ain't dangerous," and Tony D was like, "No, I don't know, maybe she is." So who knows? You know what? If Tony D is going to be the Don, if Tony D is going to be the big man, you know, the top man, the main guy, then he needs a chick. He needs a hot woman by his side. So why not just pair up Elektra Lopez with Tony D? Because, I mean, he technically, he did own her services, and if anything, he does still own her services, because that match, that stipulation never got lifted or anything like that. I mean, the rest of them just kind of left to go to the main roster, but she didn't. So therefore, if she's staying in NXT, she should be contracted to Tony D. So maybe they could do something with that. But anyway, like I said, NXT went off the air with Von Wagner standing over Braun Breaker. Look, guys, it wasn't a great show. I couldn't tell you, honest to God, I could not tell you the last time I watched a wrestling show and thought it was good. I mean, there's been a few shows that I thought, were decent. I thought Halloween Havoc was pretty decent. Normally NXT and SmackDown can be decent, but when I don't know, man, watching Raw, watching AEW, I can't hack it, man. But this NXT this week wasn't that great. I didn't really like it. I wasn't a massive fan. I'm going to give it, I'll give it a 2 out of 10, man. I'm sorry. Was that harsh? Did I give it a 3? You know what? I'm going to give it a 3, actually. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. You know what? This week, I actually thought the Shizm's promo wasn't that bad. And I can't stand the Shizm. I hate the Shizm. But tonight, this week, I actually thought their promo was bearable. So, yeah, you know what? There wasn't... This show wasn't that bad. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Comment what you thought of the show. But yeah, final answer, 3 out of 10. That's it for me. Be back next time for... What show's next? AEW Dynamite. Get ready to fight. Dynamite. I hate fucking Dynamite, man. I'd rather get ready to blow my brains out. But anyway, that's it, man. Dynamite tomorrow. Till next time. Peace.